So there I was, laying on the couch on a hot summer night. It was in the living room because my bedroom gets way too hot on nights like these. It doesn't help that there's no air vents in the room, so a lot of the time I fall asleep on the living room couch next to the air conditioning on the wall. I was never aware this would be a problem with the house. I've not long moved into this house, but if I knew this would have been a problem, I might have reconsidered. It's around 2 a.m., and I can feel myself drifting into that half-asleep stage, so I grabbed the remote and turned off the TV. It was dark, and shuttering my eyes, it was easy. The air conditioner provided a sort of white noise. It was pretty relaxing. Soon enough, I was asleep, and a dream occurred almost instantly. I was in my office at work, with the air conditioning blasting out in the background. Then I could hear someone fiddling with the doorknob to my office. Then a sudden sound of a door opening and closing came, followed by the sound of heavy footsteps, walking closer to me, getting louder. It was my boss. He was holding enough paperwork to create a textbook. I looked down and saw that he was wearing extremely heavy-looking boots. It seemed strange considering he was wearing an expensive-looking suit, and it didn't go together at all. He raised the huge pile of paperwork over my head and released it all into my desk, which created a huge, loud, and almost painful thumping sound. So loud, in fact, I woke straight up and shot out onto the upright position. I could feel my heart pounding into my chest. What a weird dream. All the sounds were so real, like they were actually there and happening around me. Next, I started looking around, staring into the total blackness around me. I couldn't really see more than a few inches in front of me. Then I slowly lay back down onto the sofa. That's when I looked up and noticed directly on the ceiling above me a thick orb of red light flashing. I've never seen this before. What the heck could it be? The flashing seemed more random other than flashing in a pattern. The air conditioner stopped blowing out air through the vents, leaving me in utter silence. Strangely, as soon as the air conditioner turned off, the flashing light goes away. I don't think much more of it, and I just fall back asleep, and I fade into a dream, a familiar dream. I'm back in my office at work, but the door's open, and there's nothing outside the room at all, just darkness. The sound of the air conditioner suddenly fills my office, and I'm suddenly typing something on my laptop that appears out of nowhere. Then I look up and see my boss standing out at the door, but his appearance is disturbing. His suit, that was clean before, is now torn and stained with blood, and in his left hand is a bloody axe. He started to walk forward, the same heavy footsteps sound from before, each one getting louder and closer. Then the piercing sound of the axe being dragged across the floor ripped through my ears. It sounded all too real to be a dream. The sounds were physically hurting my ears. Another loud thump, the same loud noise from before, suddenly wakes me up. The thought of someone standing on the opposite side of the couch of me and I wouldn't even know about it terrifies me. I try to clear my mind so I can fall back asleep, but I'm too awake now. My mind insists on thinking creepy thoughts. All because of what? Some stupid flashing light? The air conditioner turns off once again. I look up at the ceiling. Darkness. No flashing light. I breathe a sigh of relief, convinced that the light was linked to the air conditioner. So I close my eyes, expecting to fall asleep and not wake up until late morning. Out of nowhere, a loud cracking thump, like the one from my dreams, comes from across the room, right near the basement door. It sounded like a crack of a wood settling. A normal sound to hear in a house overnight, and this house was pretty old. I was freaking out over nothing. That's why I like the sound of the air conditioner blasting out. It blocks out all the other strange sounds coming from the house. Well, like I said, this house is pretty old, so these sounds must be common occurrence. I lay on my side looking into the darkness of my living room. That's when I see it. I can see it in the very corner of my eye. That red glow. I look up, the flashing light. No, it can't be. If it's not the air conditioner, then what is it? That's it. I have to see what this thing is. Otherwise, I'm gonna be up all night. As I stand, the light fades away, leaving me in darkness again. I struggle to make myself through the living room while having my arms out in front of me, just as a blind man would. My right hand touches the wall, and that's when I know I'm close to the light switch. I approach closer to the basement door, right next to where the light switch is, and when I get to the basement door, that's when I see it. The red light again. In the corner of the room, flashing again. I freeze in my tracks. The flashing light stops again. I stand completely still, waiting for it to flash again. But it doesn't. To think I was losing my mind over a stupid flashing light. I take another step closer to the basement door near the switch. When it happens again, the top right corner of the ceiling glowing red. I stop and stand still yet again. The light turns off. I stood still next to the light switch in the basement door. The red light wouldn't come back on. I raised my arm in the air. The red light flashes yet again. Oh my god. The painful, dreadful realization hits me straight in the chest. It's a movement sensor, and it's aimed to detect movement from only where I'm standing around in the basement door. It's been flashing while I've been on the couch all this time. Another sudden loud thump sound, like the one from my dreams, happened behind me from the basement door, and I realize that it's not wood settling. It's the sound of a boot hitting the floorboards.